Welcome back to Fairyqueen Talks. Today, I want to talk about something that quietly shapes every part of our lives: choice. Specifically, impactful choices. Growing up, many of us were told fairy tales about genies. You know, the ones a magical being appears and grants you three wishes. Just three, no more, no loopholes. And every time this story comes up, someone always says, well, I'd wish for unlimited wishes. But somehow that never works. In these stories, the rules are clear. You must choose wisely because your wishes are limited. And once they're gone, they're gone. And I think that's a powerful metaphor for real life because whether we realize it or not, our choices are limited too. Limited by time, by energy, by opportunity, by consequences. And what we choose matters more than we think. There's a story in the Old Testament about King Solomon. When God asked Solomon what he wanted, he could have asked for wealth, he could have asked for power, he could have asked for victory over his enemies. But instead, Solomon asked for wisdom. And because he chose wisdom, he gained access to so much more. Wisdom allowed him to make better choices, better judgments, better leadership choices. In a way, wisdom became the wish that kept on giving. And that's the thing about impactful choices. One good choice can unlock many good outcomes, just like one poor choice can slowly consume you. We often think good choices should feel good immediately, but that's not always true. Sometimes the best choices feel uncomfortable, restrictive, boring, even frustrating. Let's take a simple example: choosing to eat a healthy, balanced diet. Now, sticking to a healthy diet can feel like a bad choice at first. You're saying no to junk food, no to sugary drinks, no to instant gratification. It can feel repetitive. It can feel like you're missing out. It can feel like you're depriving yourself. But in reality, that choice gives you lasting energy. It gives you nutrients your body actually needs. It supports your long term health. It helps your body operate at its optimal level. The healthy choice feels bad because it doesn't feed the weak or lazy part of the mind, but it's actually the choice that offers freedom. And let me be clear, I don't have the perfect diet. This isn't about perfection, it is about self awareness. Self awareness keeps us accountable. It helps us recognize when we're choosing convenience over well being, when we're choosing comfort over growth. Being informed of the better choice doesn't mean we always choose it, but it means we know what we're doing. And knowledge changes everything. Good choices don't trap us, they expand us. They give us more options, more clarity, more strength. Bad choices do the opposite. When you think about villains in fairy tales, their stories almost always end the same. They make selfish, short sighted choices, they ignore wisdom, they chase power, control, or instant gratification. And in the end, they're alone, defeated, destroyed by the very choices they made. They don't get the happily ever after. And that's not just a fairy tale lesson, that's a life lesson. Sometimes we feel like we don't have many choices, like life has backed us into a corner. But even then, we still have a choice. We can choose how we think. We can choose how we speak to ourselves. We can choose our perspective. We can choose whether we let our mind run wild or whether we learn to master it. With wisdom and self awareness, we begin to understand just how much autonomy we actually have. Choice is power. And here's something important to remember: doing nothing is also a choice. Avoiding a decision is still a decision. Staying silent is still a choice. Remaining stuck is still a choice. Once we truly understand that, we become more intentional, more present, more mindful about how we move through life. We stop waiting for a genie. We stop wishing for magic fixes because we realize we don't need a genie to make our wishes come true. What we need is wisdom. the courage to make good choices, and the patience to trust that impactful choices often reveal their rewards over time. Every day, we are choosing our future, one decision at a time. So, choose wisely, choose intentionally, choose with awareness, because the life you're building is shaped by the choices you make today. Thank you so much for listening to Fairyqueen Talks. Until next time, stay aware and choose well.